Hey YouTube, coming at you the Great League remix from Solid Salsa, and they submitted and wrote, so ELO range 2266 to 2282. My biggest flaw that I don't know how to fix is knowing when to give up switch. You'll notice I will fight for switch as much as I can, counting thumbs down, vibes, thumbs up. Shout out to Old Town Pokemon Go in Albuquerque. So thanks for the team. I'll see if I can focus on that, like when to fight for switch, when you don't need to fight for switch in these battles. The team Swampert, Poliwrath, Ninetales. I'm nervous about grass, right? Swampert double weak to grass. Poliwrath weak to grass. We have Icy Wind, but still weak to grass. And then if you get a poison grass, counters resisted with the Poliwrath, and then charm is resisted on the Ninetales. So you don't even have like a great answer there. So a little worried about like a poison grass, what this would do for the team. But let's take a look at the battles to see what happens here. Okay, Quagsire. So you're just staying in this matchup, throwing some Hydros. At best, they're going to throw, Aqua Tail or Mud Bomb, depending on what they have. One Hydro, good chip. Only question is, let's see if they have Mud Bomb or Aqua Tail. So Aqua Tail will come faster than you get to this move. And because you have the Shadow, it already does over 50%. So you're just going to get outpaced here. So I don't mind shielding once. You need to get this off. So let's see if you try and fight for switch here, because you should not be fighting for switch here. You should be letting this go and coming in and going counter Poliwrath. Okay. Nah, it's so close. So close. So you're going to lose switch no matter what anyways, just because you're going to get outpaced 4-4-4 versus 5-4-5-4. So coming in, knowing that they have Aqua Tail and likely Stone Edge, means that they're not going to have a move for the Poliwrath. So you can just like lose switch, come in, get ahead 3 to 4 counters, and have a bit of energy coming out. There's no real, excuse me, no real point of throwing this because like shielding, because you're going to get outpaced anyways, right? You're going to lose. So now you lost. Now you have no shields. And now you're only going to get like 1 counter through on the Poliwrath, maybe 2. So now you have less energy. So you have less energy and less shield. So you're still going to lose switch, but you're going to lose switch with less energy and no shields, as opposed to a shield and a good amount of energy. So it already puts you in a very bad situation, like really behind. Because again, when you lose switch and you have no shields and they can align, you're in a big trouble there. So don't want to take the flying on the Poliwrath, so you come in the Ninetales, eat a couple Air Laces. You can just charm. Can you charm down? Probably not. Yeah, counting bad, but my counting's bad too. But I don't think you can outpace here, so you need to throw the move. Goodra comes in. You'll get the Icy Wind off. They will have a super effective Thunder Punch, most likely. So Icy Wind will take them low, but not low enough. And then they should be able to get to the Thunder Punch to take you out before you get to a move. So I think you lost. Yeah, I do think you lost that one. It would have been a tough backline, don't get me wrong, but I think you lost it when you gave up that second shield. You need to come in and get shield advantage there. Okay, so great lead, fantastic swap, double weak to charm. That is why it gets absolutely deleted there. I assume they'll come in Carbink and get some rock throws off it, but you should be spamming these charms, which are neutral, and getting this weather ball off as quick as you can. Let's just chip this as much as we can. They may commit to the farm down here. Hopefully you get to another move before. Yep. Now it's basically just this will take it low enough that you can just mud shot down. Yeah, I think it's okay worth the shield, but they probably have an answer to this in the back. It's worth it because that's a lot of damage. Okay, so they don't have an amazing answer. So let's get some Hydros off here. I would go one more mud shot and then a Hydro. I would also stay in this matchup. Because Carbink just dropped all its energy and it's a rock thrower, right? So you don't really need to worry about that from the Poliwrath perspective. So your goal is to like chip as much as you can with the Hydro Cannons. Try and grab shields. Try and take it out if you can. It's close here. I can see this letting go and then just countering an Icy Wind here. Because counter is neutral. Air Laces will chip a little bit, but not a ton. Like you'd probably live 2. Getting off the Icy Wind to lower their attack. If they're smart, they farm and reset. So yeah, shield, farm, and reset here. Watch the catch, because that is their basically the only win con potential is a catch there. So get this ice spin off. Super effective. Will lower their, yeah, or just take them out. Yeah, okay. Swampert into Carbink, so again, a good lead. This time they get into Ninetales. Okay, so you're already behind on energy here, so I think you're gonna shield, hoping that you're now even energy and that the Poliwrath, that as long as my mic is still going, I see that my there we go, I'm back. I was gonna say, because you had that one mud shot, because you actually lined up after, you got the one mud shot through, and then you evened up on the charms, because you're behind on like the half turn, but they threw a move. You're able to keep switch by burning a shield. So I think that's okay, because this is such a punishing matchup that it's worth sort of fighting to get to this matchup here. Obstagoon, okay, so you're just going to absolutely punish this with a can. Yeah, that's kind of like, not a hard counter team, but hard counter front and back with just keeping that swap. Okay, so now you need to at least fake the Earthquake. So I would just take this move, and I would throw the Hydro. Yep. Yeah, you really don't have a choice. You're faking the Earthquake because you have to. A good fake. They do not shield. So at this point, don't even pretend. Sludge Wave is an interesting move. I don't think there's a huge improvement. It gives you a little coverage, but not as much as you're giving up with the Earthquakes there. But Mud Shot, Hydro, more than enough to deal with this thing. So let's see if your sheet heal. Can they outpace you to the next move? My counting is also thumbs down. So if they outpace you to the next move, okay, they can't. So that's good. Just throw the Hydro Blind. Throw the Hydro Blind. You're not going to get to the Sludge Wave, and Hydro even resisted is a great move. So absolutely throw that blind. It is a half dark, so just punishing in there. I would be getting out into Poliwrath earlier. Yeah, you can't. Rock Throw is resisted, so the only thing you need to worry about is the Moonblast on thing. Rock Throw is super effective against Ninetales, so basically you were just letting the Carbink farm to get to those Moonblasts. So get in here, get those neutral counters, get those super effective Scald. You'll outpace in even energy scenarios. Just don't let them get that energy. So you did let them get like 5 or 6, which like now puts you in the Moonblast range. So now you got to just, and your attack falls, which is unfortunate. No, you can't bait here. You got to go Scald. You're going to get to the Scald anyways. Baiting just kills you here. Yeah. I know you're lowering your... I like the idea, lowering their attack times 2. They can't reset. So even if they throw a super effective Moonblast 2 times lowered from a Carbink, probably does not take you out. And so you'll win anyways. But I think you probably just go double Scald there. Okay, so bad lead. I would go Poliwrath safe swap. Or you're going to try and sneak them with a Sludge... Or no, you can't do that. That's resisted. I know it still probably does well over 50%. But it's an obvious that you don't have the move. And now they can take switch. And please don't shield here. Just come and counter charm. But they probably have an answer for Ninetales though. So if you come and charm, they're going to have a punish in the back here. And then you're going to be in a bad situation with whatever they have left. And it's 2 answers to you. And you're just screwed. Okay. What can you do in this situation? So the first thing is I think you're mostly hard punished anyways. Like, I don't think there's any sort of win con with this team comp. So even if you did, like, what are your options? You come immediately into Ninetales is a terrible idea because they're going to have an answer for Ninetales because you're a Charmer and they're a Dragon. So they're going to have an answer in the back. So you can't do that. You stay in with Swampert. You have to at least fake an Earthquake. You can't just go straight Hydro. I know Hydro does over 50%, but you can't just make it obvious that you're doing the Hydro. So if you're going to stay in, at least fake the Earthquake. Your other option is Poliwrath is a decent safe swap that counters neutral. Icy Wind would be super effective. Maybe they stay in. Maybe they give you advantage. They obviously have a Ninetales, but Ninetales you can still counter and Scald, which would be neutral. So maybe you grab a shield there and can work your way around in the back end there. I think that's the best option, but it's a pretty hard counter team. So there's not a ton you can do in the long run. Personally, if I'm running Swampert on the lead like that, I'm probably safe swapping Poliwrath. And you ask, like, when can you fight for switch and stuff? I would be fighting for switch with... So let's say I safe swap Poliwrath. And again, you got Heart Punish, so you can't really fight for it. But if there was an option to fight for it, and I know I have a Ninetales in the back that I can rely on Dragonair, that's when I'm fighting for switch, right? That's the time that you fight for switch. Otherwise, again, you just got hard punished, so there's like nothing you can do about this. Okay, so throw those Hydros. That is 6. So what's that, an Avalanche or is it a triple axle? So it is an Avalanche. Avalanche would hurt. They come Jellicent and then you just threw the move and you, okay, no. So you can't throw Hydro here, especially if you're going to throw moves like this. Like, I don't care if you bait a Hydro. I mean, I do. Don't bait because that's just my style. But if you're going to bait, you got to at least get to the Earthquake, because otherwise you're just throwing a resisted move on a water Pokemon and they're not going to shield and it just puts you behind. Or you just come Ninetales immediately, which is another option. You come Ninetales immediately and just out charm this thing and shield. I don't think there's a point of like going down shields with the Frostlass here, throwing a resistant move so you just dump all that energy, which would be useful on the Frostlass or potentially their back Pokemon. Down a shield. Now need to come in here and hopefully take this out. So now they're going to get 2 shields. Now you're going to go down energy, and this is just this is a disaster. Everything that's going wrong here is, and then you get charmed down with move going out, and you can just top left. Okay, top left, my man. This game's over. You're now down 2 shields. You dropped all the energy. You bad fast move time. Ugh, this is rough. This is a top left. Okay. They just try and catch. What are they doing? What are you doing? Why are you wasting my time? I'm kidding. You never know what can happen. The game may break on them and you may get the win in the ending, but no. Oh no. Oh, or they're trolling you. I can't tell if the game broke or they were just trolling you, being like, what are you doing, son? Okay. Carbink, good lead. Giraffe, nope. Nope. Why would you come into a confusion user with your fighter? So you just came into a confusion user with your fighter, which means you lost switch and you now align the Ninetales in the back against this. So what I would have done is you had like 1 or 2 mud shots on Hydro, on Swampert. So what I would have done is I would have stayed in with Swampert, got the Hydro off, and then they're probably likely to shield because a Hydro is going to do it. And now you just lost the alignment and everything. So this game's over. Okay. So what I would have done is you only have 2 options. You come in and just charm it immediately. You charm the Giraffe immediately. Or you stay in, you throw 1 Hydro, you force that shield or basically take it out, and then you pivot into the Ninetales. Or if that Hydro lands, maybe they're in Mudshot range, you just stay in Mudshot. But literally the only move you cannot do is come Poliwrath. So don't come Poliwrath into a confusion user. Pelipper is a bad... Oh, you have no answer for this. So you're coming Ninetales, but if they punish... Okay, so they're going to stay in here. So this is not bad. I was about to say, because if they punish you there, I guess you have Sludge Wave, which will be a little bit of coverage, but Poliwrath Swampert is going to have a real rough time. Throw the move before they get to another one. Yeah. Take this out or grab a shield. They may get to a move before you here. Oh, they would have, but now they got too aggressive here. So now you just come Poliwrath. Nope. That kind of looked like it was just like an accident though, but no, you definitely come Poliwrath where Aqua Tail and Stone Edge, the recommended moveset, is resisted instead of coming in here. So you come in where Poliwrath is resisted and you just get a head on energy. Now you're just going to commit the shield. Man, you're killing me here. Because now they're gonna have energy. Pelipper's gonna win CMP. Weather Ball, maybe enough to take it out. You just get the Hydro off. You need to instant swap almost no matter what, because 1 wing attack is gonna take you out. Oh, you have a second. Okay, just throw it blindly. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you got so lucky here. You got so lucky here. Yeah, you'll win. But not because you played well. That's okay. Yeah, so you can't. Yeah, I already sort of said what the problems were with that one. Okay, bad lead. Again, this is such a tough. Pelipper and Mantine for this team is really tough. So you have Sludge Wave. And Sludge Wave will probably call them off guard. So definitely just throw the Sludge. If you're going to stay in this long, you're just staying in to throw the Sludge Wave. So no, you cannot bait here. They're never going to shield this. They're never going to shield this. So there's no point of going a resisted Hydro in this matchup. And now you're just behind on energy and health. 2 Hydros may take out, but like you're already behind shield in a bad matchup. So half of this is just a bad team comp. Or not a bad team comp. Well, I mean, there's already the issues. We didn't even see the grass. That ice type could be an issue. But these flyers that are water flyers are an issue. So now you're going down shield here too. Swampert. So I would throw the Weather Ball and then I would get out into Poliwrath. Because I really don't want to take a Hydro here. Try and catch, but Mudshot will be able to throw. Yeah. It's tough to catch on a 3 versus 2 fast move because they're definitely going to get to just go 1 Mudshot Hydro and you're locked in. So you can't do anything. Trying to catch there is like not going to work. And now they get to the Earthquake. It'll hurt. You'll live. And now mirror match, and they're so far ahead on health that this game's over. Yeah. Okay. So. When to give up switch was the main question in here. Okay. So I think team comp hurts, right? Again, I always say I don't care about losing if I'm not going to see a Pokemon. Like if I'm triple weak to like some random Pokemon that's like ranked like 150th, I'm fine with taking those losses like because they're not something. Mantine's like a top 10 Pokemon that is on like a fifth of teams in a set. Like you see it like once every set minimum. So being so weak to Mantine with your first 2 Pokemon already put you into such a bad situation. So maybe team comp needs a little bit of work. In terms of fighting for switch, I get the idea that like you really want to align the Ninetales on like Ninetales can take care of. Here's the thing with the backline about fighting for switch that I kind of also see an issue with. It's not like they truly cover each other's weaknesses. Like I said, you're double weak to like grass in the back. You both are gonna have problems with poison because poison's gonna do super effective against charm, and then counters resisted by poison. So you're already like fighting for switch for no reason because you already have like multiple double weaknesses in the back. And then like Poliwrath is weak to electric. It's like not like Ninetales like can dominate electric. Like, so I think the team comp is the biggest issue in terms of fighting for switch. It's the clearest way to say fight for switch is like was that Dragonair lead, and how you should have played it out is Dragonair versus Swampert, terrible lead. Come Poliwrath. If I have a Ninetales in the back that will dominate Dragonair, and they swap out of their Dragonair into something else, I am trying to fight for switch with that Poliwrath to then switch the Ninetales onto that. So that is a time that I would fight for switch. But some of these times where like you were like double shielding the Swampert, that you either ended up losing switch anyways, or like just put yourself so far behind on like shields and energy, it just like cost you the match anyway. So there's no point of like double shielding the lead if your backline is just going to take a beating behind shields, behind energy anyways. So that's kind of like general tips on switch. Maybe I'll try and do, maybe that's what I'll do for all these banked videos. So I'm going away in August for like 5 days. So I won't be able to shoot videos, but maybe if I in advance, I already talked about like the catching one. But maybe I'll do like a when do you fight for Switch one, and just like knock out a bunch of these like ones that people the general skills that people need but don't really know what to do and when. So maybe we will do that. Okay, so that is it. Thanks for this mission. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.